It does traditionally fall to the host of this enjoyable evening, the Archbishop of New York, to call it a night. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your gracious company this beautiful evening. What a unique honor and joy to welcome and thank President Obama and Governor and Mrs. Romney. Our two candidates claim that both of your parties, the Republicans and the Democrats, are big tents containing extraordinarily diverse, even contrary opposite people and groups. Well, you two don't have anything over the Catholic Church. We got both Biden and Ryan, all right, as Catholics. Governor Romney, thank you for being up here sitting next to me, although I must confess that I was secretly hoping that the Republican candidate might be Governor Christie, because I sure would have looked a lot better sitting next to him than you. And Mr. President, I trust you'll be able to report to Mrs. Obama that I ate my vegetables and salad. If she had been First Lady instead of Mamie Eisenhower when I was growing up in the 50s, I wouldn't be in the shape I'm in, all right? As many of you may know, I just returned from Rome a couple hours ago, where I'm participating in the Synod of Bishops, and thanks to Mr. Mark Zuckerman's jet, I'll be able to return to Rome right after the conclusion of this evening's meal. By the way, just before I left Rome this morning, Pope Benedict XVI pulled me aside and asked me to deliver a personal special message to both candidates. Mr. President and Governor Romney, do you know what the Holy Father asked me to tell the two of you? Well, neither do I, because he said it in Latin, and I don't understand a word of it. When you think about it, folks, only this Al Smith dinner could bring together two men of the same calling who disagree on almost everything, both of whom think they are the world's experts on everything, who don't usually even like being in the same room together. Roger Ailes and Chris Matthews. It's just amazing. The Al Smith dinner. In thanking all of you for your presence and support, might I suggest that this annual dinner actually shows the United States of America and the Catholic Church at their best. Think about it. Here we are in an atmosphere of civility and humor, hosted fittingly by a church which claims that joy is the infallible sign of God's presence. Men and women, young and old, of every ethnic and racial background, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, Catholics, Protestants, Jews, Latter-day Saints, people of no particular creed, people of wealth, yes, but some folks here as well who barely get by, guests from Westchester and the Bronx, Dutchess County, and Staten Island, grateful all of us to be people of faith and loyal Americans, loving a country which considers religious liberty our first and most cherished freedom, convinced that faith is not just limited to an hour of Sabbath worship, but affects everything we do and dare and dream. Privileged this evening to be in the company of two honorable men, both called to the noble vocation of public service, whose love for God and country is surpassed only by their love for their own wives and children, and who, as happy as I hope they are to be here with us this evening, would probably much rather be at home with Michelle, Ann, and their families, and that speaks volumes. All of us reverently recalling a man of deep Catholic faith and ringing patriotism who had a tear in his Irish eyes for what we would call the uns of the world, the unemployed, the uninsured, the unwanted, the unwed mother, the innocent, fragile, unborn baby in her womb, the undocumented, the unhoused, the unhealthy, the unfed, the undereducated. Government, Al Smith believed, should be on the side of these uns. But a government, he also believed, partnering with family, church, parish, neighborhood, organizations, and community, never intruding or opposing, since when all is said and done, it's in God we trust, not ultimately in government or politics. Al Smith, the happy warrior, the warrior on behalf of the uns who were so close to Jesus, or to the Native American Kateri Tekakwitha, or to the angel of the lepers of Hawaii, Sister Mary Ann Cope, both women of New York, whom this Sunday Pope Benedict will declare saints. So tenderly close to a Blessed Mother Teresa of Calcutta, who reminded us always, remember, of the five-finger gospel. Remember what she said? As often as you do it to one of these, the five-finger gospel, the least of my brethren, you do it to me. God bless. Here's my closing benediction, simple but heartfelt this evening. God bless the memory of Al Smith. God bless those uns. God bless the Al Smith Foundation in this Archdiocese of New York, which continues his brave solicitude for those uns. God bless all of you for helping them this evening. God bless our two candidates. God bless America. And thank God for this great evening. Good night and God bless. Thank you.